is radio personality Cess Mutungi, who was telling us about what happened with a previous ex when he called her by the wrong name. Now, she went ahead and spoke about it, where she said, I had planned to date this guy. I felt it would lead to marriage. During Christmas, he sent me a long love text, but it ended with the name Elizabeth. Yet, you know my name is Cecilia. He had known me for 6 years, okay? And he had been trying to marry me for those 6 years, so I did not understand why he would do that. I asked him why he called me another woman's name, and his response was he had met somebody in the bar and who had told him she is called Elizabeth.
No, hold on. The man went to the bar, met a person. He's been dating this woman for 6 years.
Yeah, from nowhere.
Went to the bar, sat down, had a whole conversation with someone, and then someone is like, oh no, she's not called Cecilia, she's called Elizabeth. And you, with your 6 years of this relationship, decided that this is the truth. Okay, continue, because it's insane.
So of course she was upset about that whole situation and everything, and because when you're upset and you're trying to figure out what's going on in my relationship, you decide to call it your ex-boyfriend. So she went ahead and said, I called my ex and asked him to help me understand why the man called me by another woman's name. And he advised me to walk away, and that is what I did. There are so many elements of the story that are coming out that I feel that each one needs individual attention. Number one, the man clearly meant to send that message to somebody else.
Or he had sent it to someone else, and because it's the time of Christmas, forward.
Exactly.
And forgot to delete.
No, but they rhyme. Eliza. Cecilia.
So clearly he was dealing with an Elizabeth, and he tried to save himself by saying some random person went ahead and told him that her name is Elizabeth. That one was clearly a lie. He was in the wrong. But I found it interesting that she decided to go to her ex-boyfriend to ask him what to do with her current boyfriend. Would you go ahead and ask for advice from an ex? Because let me tell you, me as an ex-girlfriend, I'm not one of those ex-girlfriends who said, oh, he's my friend. Oh, I just wish and care the best for him. No, I don't. No, I do not wish and care the best for him. I love him as a human being, like I love all human beings.
Like you're not trying to make anyone die.
Exactly. I'm not trying to kill anyone, but I'm not sitting there trying to really make sure that your life is doing amazing. So if
much so that I'm asking advice from you.
Exactly.
Like I'm just calling you like, hey, so I'm in trouble with my new relationship.
No, this is an ex that wanted her back and is so happy that she's now willing to break up. Exactly, to give the wrong advice. I would never take advice from an ex.
Well, I have experienced both sides. My ex once called me Caro in the middle of a conversation. Caro. Like, we're doing that. Where Caro? I was like, okay, Caro. Then I let it slide. But you know me, I'm an FBI and a private investigator. I investigated thoroughly and found out that this Caro actually exists. And she's been sending, she was sending my then boyfriend messages. Can you imagine? Nilitwa Caro. Meaning, they used to spend time together.
Yeah.
They used to send each other messages.
Until his name is just, her name is
you're no longer part of his mind.
I was just like, wow.
You're not
so when someone calls you a different name, no matter what you're doing, whether you're in bed, whether you're washing utensils, fuatilia. And also me, I have ex-boyfriends who call me for advice. So I agree with Cecilia that it is actually possible to want to get advice from an ex. Because for me, I go like, that girl, she's behaving like this and like that. No, just dump her.
Let me throw some shade on myself. So I was once that person who called someone by
Even me, I've done that once.
A totally different name. And if you have, please let us know. The number is 0777672230. It's right here below. I have also called someone by someone else's name. And it wasn't like I was thinking about them. It was just like, you
were thinking about them.
You just were recently around them somewhere or something. Like they're on your mind somehow and you didn't notice it until it actually came out. But thankfully, the names are close together. So you're just like, once you start, you've gotten halfway. You finish with his name. So you would catch on.
Me, I couldn't. It was like, how do you change? I say, William. You were starting to say Alvin. William. It was just, I got caught.
No, you can say like, William. I am on the ground. But honestly, knowing, Cess is just a hilarious person. And so I can imagine when she probably called her ex, it was just like a banter thing. They're probably just having fun at it. Or they've had such experiences before. Or they're just friends. You know, sometimes you can actually be friends with your ex so much so. Let me finish. You can be friends with your ex so much so that, you know, you're just friends. You no longer see them as a romantic partner. You now see them as an actual friend, someone you could rely on for advice, someone who will just laugh it off. Because sometimes you call someone for a particular reason. Hey, my ex just called me by, no, my boyfriend just called me by some random person's name. Sometimes you want that to be, hey, let's go smash his windows. Sometimes you want it to be, hey, girl, you're on the ghetto. Sometimes you want it to be just advice, you know? So it can be advice. She was maybe looking for humor, and you go to different things for that. You go to different people for different things and for different results, right? So let's not take it too much into consideration here.